Have you ever wondered what happened to the lost city of Atlantis? Or why ships and planes disappear in the Bermuda Triangle? History is filled with strange, baffling mysteries that have yet to be solved. And while we may never have all the answers, the stories surrounding these unsolved mysteries are nothing short of fascinating. From disappearances that defy logic to inexplicable phenomena that leave experts scratching their heads. Get ready to dive deep into the world's most mysterious unsolved mysteries that have kept us up at night. Let's start with a modern mystery that still has us all guessing. Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. On March 8, 2014, the flight mysteriously disappeared from radar just 40 minutes after takeoff from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, heading to Beijing, China. Despite a massive international search, the airplane, along with its 239 passengers, has never been found. Some wreckage from the plane has washed up on distant shores, but the exact location of the plane remains a mystery. Experts have speculated about everything from pilot suicide to a hijacking, or even extraterrestrial involvement. Yes, really. So, what happened? Was it a catastrophic mechanical failure, or did something far stranger unfold that day? The world may never know. Next up is a mystery that involves treasure, secret codes, and a possible fortune beyond imagination: the Beale Ciphers. These 3 encrypted texts, supposedly left behind by a man named Thomas Beale in the 1820s, are said to contain the location of a buried treasure worth millions of dollars. The first 2 ciphers have been cracked, revealing details about the treasure's contents. But the third? Well, it's still a puzzle. No one has been able to decipher it, and treasure hunters have been chasing the elusive hoard for centuries. Is the treasure real, or just a clever hoax? Whether the treasure exists or not, the Beale Ciphers remain one of the most tantalizing unsolved mysteries in the world of cryptography. If you're into heists, you've probably heard of D.B. Cooper, the mysterious man who hijacked a plane in 1971, stole $200,000 in cash, and parachuted into the night, disappearing without a trace. So, the story goes, on November 24, 1971, a man known only as Dan Cooper hijacked Flight 305, a Northwest Orient Airlines flight from Portland to Seattle. He told the crew that he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in cash and parachutes. Once the flight landed in Seattle, he let the passengers off, instructed it to be refueled, and took off for Mexico. About 30 minutes into the flight, he simply opened the door and jumped into the night sky. Despite years of investigations, no one has ever found Cooper or determined his true identity. His leap into the unknown is considered one of the greatest unsolved crimes in US history. The FBI closed the case in 2016, but the mystery remains. Did Cooper survive the jump, or was he a one-hit wonder? Some say he didn't survive the harsh conditions. Others believe he's still out there, just waiting for the world to catch up. Traveling back in time to the late 1500s, we find one of America's oldest and most enduring mysteries, the lost colony of Roanoke. In 1587, over 100 English settlers arrived on Roanoke Island, only to vanish without a trace. When a supply ship returned 3 years later, all that was left was the word Croatoan carved into a tree. Some believe the settlers integrated with the local Native American tribes, while others suspect they met a darker fate. But what happened to them? Did they starve? Or did they leave in search of a new life, never to be heard from again? The fate of the Roanoke colony has baffled historians for centuries, and the mystery remains one of America's most perplexing disappearances. Next up is one of the most puzzling and cryptic documents in history, the Voynich Manuscript. This ancient book, dating back to the early 15th century, is written in an unknown language and filled with bizarre illustrations of plants, strange astrological symbols, and yes, even naked women bathing in pools of liquid. Despite decades of research by cryptographers, linguists, and even artificial intelligence programs, the meaning of the manuscript remains a mystery. Some think it's an alchemical textbook, others believe it's the work of an ancient, long-lost civilization, and some even suspect it's a hoax created by a medieval prankster. But the truth? Well, it's still locked inside those indecipherable pages. Who wrote it? What's the message? And why has it stumped scholars for centuries? The Voynich Manuscript continues to haunt historians, with no end to the mystery in sight. Amelia Earhart was one of the most famous female aviators of all time. In 1928, she was the first woman to cross the Atlantic Ocean. She took part in competitive flying, promoted aviation, and even gained celebrity status, all until she disappeared on July 2nd, 1937, while attempting to fly around the world. Her plane, the Lockheed Electra, vanished somewhere over the Pacific Ocean, and despite extensive search efforts, neither she nor her plane was ever found. Theories about her disappearance abound, from crashing and sinking into the ocean to being captured by the Japanese in the lead-up to World War II. Some even think she survived and lived out her days in secret. The mystery of Amelia Earhart continues to spark fascination and speculation, and her final fate remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. The Bermuda Triangle, the region where planes and ships mysteriously vanish without a trace. Stretching between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, this area is infamous for its strange disappearances. From the disappearance of the HMS Atalanta in 1880 to the USS Cyclops, which vanished with over 300 people in 1918, to the unexplained disappearances of aircraft like Flight 19 in 1945, and Flight NC-16002 in 1948. The Bermuda Triangle has baffled scientists, pilots, and sailors for decades. Theories range from natural explanations like methane gas, magnetic anomalies, or violent weather, to supernatural and alien involvement. But the Bermuda Triangle continues to confound us. So, what really happens to all those planes and ships? Maybe we'll never know. On the morning of June 30th, 1908, an enormous explosion rocked Siberia, leveling trees over an area of 830 square miles. The event, known as the Tunguska Event, was so powerful that it could be felt as far as 745 miles away. But here's the kicker. No one knows what caused it. Some believe it was a meteor or comet. Others speculate it was a UFO. And a few even think it could have been a top-secret weapon test. Whatever it was, the explosion remains a mystery. Scientists have pored over the area, and while they found clues, no one can say for sure what caused the devastation. And to this day, the Tunguska Event remains a cosmic riddle waiting to be solved. In 1989, in the small town of Voronezh, Russia, something incredible happened. At least, that's what witnesses say. Hundreds of locals, including children, claimed to have seen a UFO land in a nearby park. The witnesses described a giant craft with 3 humanoid figures emerging from it. Even more chilling, the creatures reportedly communicated telepathically with the children and even used a ray gun on one child. The incident was reported by numerous credible sources, but there was no physical evidence to back up their claim. No remains, no spacecraft, and no alien footprints. To this day, the Voronezh UFO sighting is considered one of the most credible and mysterious UFO encounters ever. Was it a mass hallucination, or did something otherworldly truly visit the small Russian town? And finally, we come to the most famous and enduring mystery of them all, the Shroud of Turin. This ancient piece of cloth is said to bear the image of a man who closely resembles Jesus Christ, and it's been the subject of controversy for centuries. Is it the authentic burial cloth of Christ, or is it a medieval hoax? Carbon dating in the 1980s seemed to suggest that it was created in the Middle Ages, so well after the era of Jesus. But there are still many who believe it's much older. The shroud has baffled scientists and religious scholars alike. The question remains, how did this image form? And why does it appear to have survived for so long? Is it a miracle, or just an incredibly well-crafted artifact? The truth behind the Shroud of Turin continues to elude us. There you have it, 10 of the most mind-bending unsolved mysteries in history. These stories remain unsolved for a reason, because sometimes the truth is just too strange to comprehend. From ancient artifacts to modern-day disappearances, the world is full of puzzles that still defy explanation. So, which mystery intrigued you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And remember, keep questioning the world around you, because as these unsolved mysteries show us, sometimes reality is stranger than fiction. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more of the world's weirdest mysteries. Until next time, stay curious.